What's going on? You know, January is the only month that everybody's trying to be a health expert. People are talking about, oh, I'm just trying to listen to my body. Well, what's it screaming because it's missing the tequila? Hey everybody, welcome back to Serve Neat, and today we're going to be talking about dry January. Why did it happen, and what are some of your options if you are participating in dry January? It's a very cold month most of the time. It's a month where bars are empty, bartenders are scared because their pockets are not getting filled with that normal cash that they are. And if you are doing dry January, respect to you. If you're not, respect also. Again, we're just doing this video just trying to give you a little bit more information on some of the options that you have. If you're watching this video and have a drink in your hand, I see you. In today's video, we're going to be talking about what is dry January. We're going to be talking about who started it, whether it's good for you, and how the heck is non-alcoholic beer, wine, and liquor made without lying to God and to your friends and saying it just tastes great. I do have a couple of different choices here that we're going to be talking about. Yeah, so let's jump right in. Dry January is exactly what it sounds like. No beer, no wine, no liquor, no cocktails, none of that stuff, right? So what you're going to end up drinking most of the time is water, some kind of juice, and I don't even know what else. So the idea was really to reset your relationship with alcohol and maybe to get better sleep. You can save money, of course. It depends on what it is, because some of these non-alcoholic beverages are more expensive than liquor itself. I think the biggest thing is just to kind of prove yourself that you're not an alcoholic, that you don't have to drink. Myself, I did kind of a, not a dry January, but I took like a damp January. There were a couple of days I did have some cocktails. I had a birthday that came about, and then I just wanted to go out to Mexican and have myself a margarita. But really, those are the only 2 days that I had some alcohol during that time period. So why January? Well, most people don't have that much money in January anymore. You just came off the holidays. You feel bloated again from the holidays. You've been eating all that turkey from Thanksgiving. You had Christmas and Christmas dinner and all of that stuff. So you feel kind of bloated. You kind of want to get healthier again and just kind of reset your body, right? Because everybody is putting their life choices together. It's January. January is coming up, and let me sign up for the gym. Let me stop drinking, and all the other choices that you make just to, you know, kind of a new refresh. Trying to get your goals together for the new year. So let's talk about the history of January, because somebody had to start this trend, right? Okay, so dry January started officially in 2013 in the UK by the charity, and it was like non-alcoholic UK. So somebody was like, you know, it'd be great, let's not drink in the winter. What kind of idea is that, right? I have no idea. The original idea wasn't to punish people, but really to spread awareness. Drinking habits, health benefits, and how much alcohol is basically in your daily routine, to just make you kind of aware of the situation. So after some study, they found out that people were sleeping better, their overall consumption of alcohol, even following those months, went way better. So they stopped drinking a lot less than they did before. And people had better focus. And really the biggest thing is people stopped texting their ex at like 2 o'clock in the morning. So by 2018, it started catching up and it started going viral, right? And it became its own personality, dry January. You heard everybody talking about it. I'm not gonna drink during dry January. I have to reset my body. And by now, it became a full-blown industry. People are start making, again, beers, wines, liquor, all to kind of support or maybe even cash in on the trend. So why choose January also, besides the obvious restart of the new year? Well, in December you probably party real hard, right? You have all those holidays, and a lot of people got birthdays during December also. So kind of what happens when you stop drinking? Overall, your skin does get clearer. You feel less bloaty. You can lose weight without drinking all the alcohol, because it does. A lot of times you're gonna drink something and it adds extra calories. You count the calories that you eat, but do you pay attention to what you drink? And some of these drinks have a lot of calories in them, so you do have to watch out for that, okay? And then also, what nobody really talks about is the bad side of not drinking, right? So your social life most likely is going to be involved into drinking. So yeah, there's that. A lot of your hobbies involve drinking, like going to breweries or distilleries and checking those out, seeing what kind of new things they have going on, and even some of them have kitchens, so you can try some amazing foods at those places, right? Grilling, I love to grab myself a beer and grill outside. And probably some of your friends are just plain boring sober. So some people are like, well, I don't want to drink, but I don't want to get rid of the vibe, the way you socialize with other people when you're out. It's kind of weird to just sip on some juice or something like that, because you don't always just want water. So you want something to drink that has flavor and kind of makes you feel the vibe that it is, no matter where you are, like in the garden, or maybe again, grilling or something like that. So the question is, how is the stuff actually made? The liquor and the beers, right? So you have different ways of making a beer. You have the vacuum distillation for the beers. Let's take this one for example, right? So they brew it just like you normally would. After that, you lower the pressure, and alcohol boils off at a lower temperature than water does. So it gets rid of the alcohol first while leaving everything else inside. Most of the flavor stays and the alcohol gets cooked off. That's one way of doing it. And then you have reverse osmosis. You push the beer through a filter, the alcohol gets separated, and then you're going to add the flavors back into the beer that you are brewing without the alcohol in it. And then the third method, you're going to have arrested fermentation, right? And that's when you stop the fermentation early before the yeast gets to make the sugar, and then less alcohol forms within the drink, and it does come out a little bit sweeter than normal. So now we're going from beer, and we're going to be talking about some wines. Wines are a little bit harder to do than beers, right? They're a little bit more delicate. The flavors are more pronounced than most beers. Again, make the wine as normal, and then you slowly take away the alcohol from it, and you're hoping you still can stick with those flavors. So the problem is alcohol carries flavor, just like butter does, right? It enhances stuff. What you end up having is, with the wines, you end up having the flavor dissipates somewhat. The flavors in the wine itself is less complex, and sometimes it can taste kind of like grape juice, which you're not trying to drink in the first place. I feel like the non-alcoholic wines are improving right now, but to me, it's not there yet where it really needs to be. I tried some beers that are non-alcoholic, and they really do a really good job. Let's talk about non-alcoholic liquor. You have multiple different ones like gin, whiskey, rum. Again, you have a wide variety of different types of non-alcoholic liquor, but there's something crazy about it. The crazy part is a lot of them never had any alcohol inside of them to begin with, right? So it's all based on the different spices they use, and like for the gins, you put in a lot of juniper berries, the botanicals and herbs. So the distillation is based on the flavors and not the ethanol itself. Again, people are putting in peppers, juniper berries, smoke, and citrus to kind of get those flavors that you want, that you normally are accustomed to with the alcohol itself. And the kicker is, it's not technically meant to be served neat. It is kind of meant to be a mixer with a drink. So if you pick up the whiskey one, which I have right here, you kind of want to use it like an old-fashioned and not just drink it neat. So it gives you the flavor profiles of the drink that you like. So the real question is Dry January worth it? Well, it's called Dry January. It's not to really be there to change your whole lifestyle for you not to drink anymore, right? It's there for you to ask yourself,
Why am I drinking? When am I drinking? Do I even like drinking? Or is it just a habit?
so you don't have to be sober forever. You don't have to finish the month. You don't have to announce it on Instagram like I'm about to. If you're fully sober, Cali sober, or what's it called? Damp sober. If you're mocktail curious, or if you're here with a drink and watching this, do what works for you. You know, remember February is coming up. Your liver will thank you. You know, and there are plenty of things that you can try and drink throughout. Maybe you're on in the birthday and you don't want to drink, but you want to be in that social life. Again, pick up a non-alcoholic beer or wine or one of the spirits and make yourself a cocktail with it, just to kind of stay in the vibe, right? I do got to mention a lot of the beers do still have some sort of percentage of alcohol in it. Like for example, this one is going to say that it has 0.5% alcohol. So if you're truly sober, kind of pay attention to that. You do still have some options. But yeah, I think this one is 0.5% ABV also. It's a little bit close to nothing, but just kind of be aware of those facts. But anyways, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Please follow us. Share the video. Hope you got a little bit of information out of us. We'll be drinking or trying out different types of non-alcoholic beverages throughout the year. So please stay tuned. Again, thanks for watching. And as always, serve it neat. Okay, now I can finally drink.